ago, in a quiet little village beside a thick green forest, there lived a poor woodcutter. He had no wealth, no fine clothes, and no treasures, only a small hut and an old iron axe. Every morning, before the sun was high, he would walk into the forest to chop wood. He sold the logs in the market, earning just enough coins to buy food. Though he lived simply, everyone in the village respected him, for he was honest and kind. One bright morning, the woodcutter chose a big tree near the edge of a sparkling river. He raised his axe high and swung it with all his strength. But suddenly, his hand slipped. The axe flew from his grip and landed in the rushing river with a loud splash. The axe flew from his grip and landed in the rushing river with a loud splash. The water was deep and fast, and the axe sank out of sight. The woodcutter sat on the bank with his head in his hands. "Oh no!" he cried. "That was my only axe. Without it, how will I cut wood? How will I feed my family?" As he sat in despair, the river began to sparkle with a golden glow. Out of the water rose a beautiful river goddess, dressed in flowing robes that shimmered like sunlight. She looked at the sad woodcutter and asked gently, "Good man, why do you weep so bitterly?" The woodcutter bowed humbly and said, "My only axe slipped into the river. Without it, I cannot work, and without work, I cannot live." The goddess dipped her hand into the water and pulled out a dazzling golden axe, brighter than the sun itself. She held it high and asked, "Is this your axe?" The woodcutter shook his head firmly. "No, noble goddess, that is not mine. My axe was old, plain, and made of iron." The goddess smiled softly and reached into the water again. This time she brought out a silver axe that gleamed like the moonlight. "Perhaps this is your axe?" she asked kindly. But the woodcutter bowed once more and said, "No, that is not mine either. My axe was simple and ordinary, not made of silver." At last, the goddess dipped her hand once more and pulled out a dull, rusty iron axe. The woodcutter's eyes filled with joy, and he cried out, "Yes, that is my axe. Thank you, kind goddess, for returning it to me." His face shone with relief as he took back his only tool. The goddess was greatly pleased by his truthfulness. "Good woodcutter," she said, "because you spoke honestly and did not claim what was not yours, I will reward you." With a wave of her hand, she gave him all three axes, the golden, the silver, and his own iron one. The woodcutter bowed deeply and thanked her again and again. The woodcutter returned to his village. Though he now had gold and silver axes, he never stopped using his old iron one for his work. His story spread through the village, and people admired him even more. From then on, children were told the tale of the woodcutter who proved that honesty brings the greatest reward. Moral of the story: honesty is the best policy.